All right, traders, let's go just do a quick little audio check. Let me just see if Barry can hear me okay. Let's get started. How you doing, Josh? Oh, can't hear you, Josh. Just do a quick audio. All right. It looks like everyone's just starting to log in. You ready, Josh?
Yeah, I got you right now.
Okay, good. All right, so let's start talking about a little bit about what happened with AMC really quick. So first of all, I don't know what the hell he was talking about. I'm sitting there, and he was just like all bandaged up. Everything was all bandaged up. And then all of a sudden, like the stock started tanking. He actually gave no insight other than bashing the CEO of the company. I took a lot of great screenshots. I'm actually going to do a really cool video because as he was talking, I was going to show a little bit about level 4, how these orders are getting filled and how they will actually, the orders are getting hit over and over and over and over again. You could actually watch as GameStop getting halted. You could watch AMC obviously trading side by side with it, and it's been going down. Now, there was a big support levels on the GameStop. I was mentioning I'm going to mention my stream. It just got halted again. 28 is a pretty big support level on that price right there. If it broke, that's about 26. But he didn't really give any insight on it. What did not look good, Josh? What would your thoughts?
No, he definitely didn't really give much insight. You can't expect him to. He's not a financial analyst, right? Like he is as advertised. He was wearing the sunglasses. He was drinking a beer midday. I guess it's 5 o'clock somewhere. But it's just to say that for anyone new to the market, you shouldn't have expected it. Expected anything insightful at least. He showed his position, which was nice. He mentioned something about at least the future of the company. He believes in it. At least he gave a little hope at least. But as far as the reaction, it's a great example as for why if we do want to buy it, because I took a tiny position at a couple of different prices, you get stopped out quick. Listen, you play the 30-second rule like you teach. And otherwise, if it's not going to make that big push, there's only one other way it's going to go. You can't catch a falling knife, right?
And actually, what I want to show, I want to actually bring up the level 4 really quick here, Josh. Let me share everybody here that's watching online really quick so to kind of see what's going on right here. Yeah, so if you look over here, let me share it really quick. There we go. All right, there we go. So basically, let's bring up GameStop right here. You could see it just got halted on the way up again. And here are those orders out there. I want to zoom out a little bit. You could see how many times just constantly got halted. Now, for some of you that are new to the channel here, I'm actually one of the original day traders over 30 years. GameStop is no different of a stock that we trade almost every day. There's always a GameStop out there. We see things like this all the time, but because, all the news on it, everything else, you just got to know how to follow these orders. And level 4, you could see it. So, I mean, Josh, you could see those lines have been separated over and over and over again. And, he came on, and let me just kind of show you right here. He came on right when he came back on. You could see it right around here. He was supposed to come on about 12 o'clock, and that's when all the halts started coming in. But you could see how it keeps dwindling down. It was great in the pre-market, but unfortunately, a lot of people couldn't get out at 60. You know what I mean? So, with some of the traders, but you could see it just kept going down and kept going lower. AMC also, you could see it right here. Big iceberg order. Let me just zoom over here and show what we got going over there. There was about 187,000 share buyer out there that kind of hit that support. You could see how it was hovering there. And once again, once GameStop got halted, you could have watched, AMC at the same time and kind of get a sense of it. But that big order, I was actually show you right there. You see that order right there, Josh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So that guy got filled. Okay. And some people don't even know what time and sales are, those bulls stand for, if they're red, that means a lot of selling. If there's green, a lot of buying. Okay. And there was a lot of selling going on. So as of right now, listen, I couldn't make sense what he was talking about. He loved his beer. He was just having a good time. I mean, I love the guy, whatever it is. He has a great following. You see how many people who signed in, by the way?
It was like 500,000, 488,000. Actually, Really quickly, speaking of signed in right now in our YouTube chat right now, just a couple comments really fast I see from Carlos saying, hey, he was drunk. Yeah, he definitely, I don't know if he was drunk, buzzed, but you saw him sipping his beer, whichever one it was. I don't know if he gave free advertising or not, but, got another comment here in our YouTube chat right now. In the Wolf saying kept getting halted. Yeah, all throughout the morning and afternoon. So it's not the type of stock that newly new market traders should look to try and follow, at least on good size, tiny size. At least that's the way to play it safe. But
I was actually pretty pissed off because I had the stock at 28, and let me just show everybody what happened with this stock right here. So, anyone that's been following us, I mean, as a day trader, just kind of give you a little heads up. If you go back and watch some of our videos, I have the YouTube channel right here. You guys should definitely see my shorts. And just want to bring one up here really quick. Hold on one second.
We'll move back up on GameStop right now, getting closer to 30 right now.
Yeah, you're gonna get a bounce. You're gonna get a bounce right there. But you could see here, there was one video I did on the GameStop where we were trading it, and there's the Apple trade, that's the Nvidia trade. There was one trade here. There's Apple. There's the GameStop. That was the one from yesterday. But down here, you'll see it. Where is it? There, right there. Surges on big trading jump. So if you go back to that short video, and they're probably about 30 seconds, we were watching it right here. Remember this trade right here back on May? This one we really saw everything going on. There's that little Fausto flag, what we talk about. So we saw the consolidation, and he came back out on that Friday, and that's why we had that big pop, and that's when that short squeeze came in.
And that's the thing. Like normally, you don't see a flag being built that cleanly on a long-term chart like that, a daily chart. So when you were pointing that out, as bright as day.
Yeah, and that's called consolidation. For some of you here that don't know what that means, that's basically when the buyers outbeat the sellers. So somebody was definitely bidding it up around $10. Now, what I end up doing is, if you look at my video when I jumped in right around here, around 28. And it's funny, but for the students that are in here, remember in our trading room, we run a professional trading room. For some of you, you're more than welcome to join us. That top left-hand corner, just take your phone. You could scan that QR code. We're live every morning, and we're here all day trading live. But right there, you'll see it. If you remember, Josh, we said there's something weird going on. There's something weird. It was going up, and it had that big spike right around here. And that's where we pretty much jumped in, right around the 22 right here. And that's actually, I'm sorry, it was right here on this day right there. And that's when we had that big spike. But I mean, I was really looking forward to it. I don't know what your thoughts on what you saw.
Well, the one thing I wanted to bring up, because you mentioned AMC earlier, actually just turn over to AMC and like that same time frame and go into the long-term chart, maximize that there if you can. We were both looking at the same area. Hello.
Yeah.
No. We're both looking at the same area, like $4.95, $5, maybe even $4.90. It's just like that area because it was a strong long-term level. It was teasing us. It took weeks to build, but right at the same time you were saying, all right, GameStop, that could be a nice bounce. That was pretty much the same time frame where AMC was building that support finally. So it goes to show, at least it's not perfect, but one goes with another. And
there was a bunch of other meme stocks too, right? We had, what was it, KOSS?
Yeah, that was a thinner one, lower float, so a little higher risk. The one that it doesn't look as good, well, on the chart, but very high volume, the SPWR stock. That was one even earlier today you'd called out. That was a nice trade.
Yeah, that one moved up pretty nicely. You can see here in the morning, went from 340 up to about 410. Yeah. There was some really nice iceberg orders on that one. And you can see right here on the long-term chart, if I blow this up here, you can see it right there. We had that big pop right there. By the way, some people are probably asking, where's your indicators, Josh? So why don't you tell them, where are indicators?
Oh, man. Well, of course, we don't have any. That's the thing. We got to keep it simple. But indicators are lagging behind the volume, behind the order books out there. One thing I wanted to mention, that daily chart looked ugly just because it was a pre-market run. We traded that stock in the pre-market that morning. So that long-term chart looks like a big red candle. We crushed it that morning in pre-market. It just, I don't know, just our charts don't reflect that as much. But
I'm just here just looking at the NASDAQ book viewer. And for some of you here joining us for the first time, once again, one of the big things about what we teach, and it was great. I was watching the movie yesterday. Okay, for the first time, I talked about this morning, and it's funny, but when you're a trader for a while, you get to understand what is payment for order flow. You get to know what high frequency trades are, which is what we teach, algorithms. And the big thing is, for some of you here, you can have a seat on the exchange. And the NASDAQ book viewer, this is directly through NASDAQ. You can get this. This is basically, you have a seat on the exchange. I had to pay $1,000 a month, when I did this 30 years ago. You get it for $15 now. But this is real-time data. And at the exchange right now, you can watch what's going on. You can see how the market kind of died. Okay. Now, I do want to point out, and I'm going to once again, I was recording Josh as he was talking and giving play-by-play as was going on. And I'll send that video. Just make you guys just subscribe to the channel. But $28 on GameStop was a big support level. Okay. Was a very, very big support. And you could see it right there. It kind of hovered right there at 28. And when I look over here on the book viewer, I gotta clean out the filters. Hold on, Josh.
Yeah, you can filter that pretty nicely.
Let me take out anything under 500 shares. Let me bring it up.
I was just on it earlier. It expired for me, so I'll pop mine up too.
Yeah, there's not that many buyers. I mean, you got 1,000 share buyers, 10,000. There's not really that much out there on the NASDAQ. Let me go hop over here on level 4.
Well, there's definitely a couple of orders out there on the sell side right now, like 29.50. There's one right there.
Okay, let me zoom over here. Yeah, you could see.
Oh yeah, that order just laddered down, Fausto, right from 30.55.
Did you really?
Yeah, that order. It's actually on book viewer right now. It's on NASDAQ book viewer.
He laddered down, that guy right there, for 52,000.
Yeah, he's on.
Yeah. Let me zoom up, make this a little bit bigger. Everyone can see that. Everybody see that big order out there for 53,000 shares? Somebody's dumping it right there. Now watch how the stock probably is going to trend down. You can see these guys are laddering up. There was a big order right there at $30 at 122. This guy just laddered down for 52,000. Let me zoom in there a little bit more, and you can see quotes tick by tick what's happening on that trade right there. He's not on NASDAQ, so it must be on EGX.
He is. No,
there he is. He's right. Here he is, right there, 50,000 on NASDAQ. He's right there. And you know what? It's only 2 orders. So what I mean must be, let me unaggregate it. Okay, it's 150,000 share order out there, basically. Yeah, it's 1 order. One guy is looking to get out 50,000 shares at $29.50. Could that be Mr. Kitty? What do you think?
He has option contracts too, I think, that are set to expire. I thought he said like for June 20th or June, was it the monthly expiration, the monthly, the weekly, whatever, June 20th, I think. So he has that. He has stock as well. I think his total portfolio is 585 million as of this morning. It's crazy.
Well, he was up a billion. He was up $1 billion last night. And I did post a Instagram photo of what it looked like, but it just obviously came down. But let me just kind of show you what happened yesterday, though. Let me bring up the chart here. So this is what we had going on yesterday. I mean, this was all after hours, and we were trading it pretty hard. We saw that thing coming out, and it's funny. I got an alert on my phone at exactly like 3 o'clock that the announcement that he was going to come on today. But what was he talking about? Does anyone here know what he was talking about in the chat? Mister, what was he talking about? I mean, he was drinking his beer. He was all bandaged up.
I was going to come on the stream as him. I had like sunglasses here. My fingers are actually messed up, so I was going to do that. I just don't have a wig. I was like kind of scrambling around looking for a wig, but no. He was like part entertaining, right? Like this whole thing was like he did the meme stuff. He was doing the pictures, the videos back in May. So he's basically playing character again, right? He's basically doing the same thing over and over.
Yeah, he had the characters going up there. I mean, he had everything moving up pretty nicely. But I mean, it's going down.
That's it. Well, share your screen again. See
I am a share it. Everybody's probably looking. What's going on? What's going on? See what I'm saying right there? 28 is a big support level. Order just got filled. You can see the 29 just came down right there.
Oh, it's like a head fake.
Yeah. Listen, it's not. Listen, what time is it? It's 1:30. This is like, everybody remember this, right? Everybody know this one right here? The cyber clock. Worst time, best times, worst times to trade. So you gotta be careful right around there. Let me bring that up there. And all right, let's just see what happens right here. It looks like it's still trending down. Let me bring it up there.
Yeah, and Fausto, actually, here's something pretty cool I could have you just do really quick. So zoom out on the price axis. You're gonna see like a pretty big iceberg buyer out there, all the way down at $25, right?
Yeah, there's 137,000 share. Well, that's what I just said. It's got a big support level at 25, and when you look at the long-term chart,
just broke that 28 first. So that's like a 3-point move. If anyone's like buying puts or shorting this stock, that's not what I'm doing right now myself. I don't know. Like with this trade, it's so hard for me to try and short it, just given the power, like the hype behind it. So
Yeah, 25 right there. You could see it there. 25.45 is big support levels. I don't know. Listen, I'm not a fan. I got out. I sold it. I actually day traded it when he came on. I actually lost money on it. I got in at 38. I ended up selling at 32. I mean, good thing I got out. It was at 27. Once he started talking, he gave like no insight of what was going in there other than just sitting there. So I think what ends up happening, did it get halted? I think I got halted.
No, I
No, no,
still
no,
see it
almost.
on. It's still
It almost
trading.
got halted. When it came to the looking at how the stock was trading, let me bring up the level 4 again for everyone who doesn't know what level 4 is. I know we're getting a lot of people that are just signing in right now and watching it. For some of you who don't know what we're looking at, and just kind of repeat it a little bit more, level 4 is basically where you see all the ECNs, the algorithms, the high frequency trades, the dark pools, everything. So for some of you kind of just trading strictly, just looking at a chart, you're actually looking at the raw data of the exchanges that are actually out there at real time. Okay. So there's no delay. There's nothing. This is what, being a market maker myself and being one of the original day traders is what we used to do, what we trade on. Okay. We just follow the money. That's really what we do. It doesn't seem like the 40-minute that he spoke. You know what, Dan? I don't know why he came in so late. He logged it. He turned on late, and that also caused the stock from going down too. So that was a little bit issue. I don't know. Was he drunk or something, or
I mean, well, he had the beer. And you got Mr. Here saying he was high as a kite. He said he didn't have anything really promising or good other than talking about 3 years. So of course he's out. Yeah, well, he's going to take the money and run eventually, right? Like, and he doesn't need to tell us when. That's not his, responsibility as much. I'm sure a lot of people think it is, but at the end of the day, I think he's backed himself up with like disclosures and compliance. He's definitely rich enough to have the lawyers to back him up to give him the right words to say. So, as long as he gets out, he doesn't care.
Yeah, but Josh, you got to remember, everyone has to understand that. I was watching the movie too. I think I'm going to play the movie and make a video on and critique it a little bit because some people I don't think understand what happened in that movie. Actually, you guys want to see a great movie? You got to watch The Big Short. The Big Short will educate you if you're a trader more than anything. Not that it's just a great movie, but if you really want to understand about the financial crisis, that's how it worked. I'm waiting for them to do one on COVID, but just to kind of let you know what happened with that. What I learned on the movie too is like everyone counts their chickens till they hatch. Everybody's counting how much money they make. And there was like one scene that was that doctor, the girl that worked in a hospital, she didn't get out soon enough, and she ended up losing all of it. She had like $500,000, lost it all. Remember, you didn't make any money until you sell it. So regarding about what you saw, what he has, you don't know what he has until he sold it. And believe me, it was plenty of times he wants to sell it, and he's not going to tell you that. I mean, I don't think anybody will want to tell you that. But you are seeing his account, and maybe he will. But listen, Citadel, okay, BlackRock, they're not billionaire companies. They're trillionaire. They could short till to the end. Here it's coming down. You can see it's testing at 27. Remember, this is what we call consolidation. Okay. This is what we got, a ladder effect that's going on. We call this, what is it, 4-layer cake, Josh?
You're thinking dessert already. Yeah, no, I mean, you see it. Like the icebergs are out there on the buy side, 27, 26, then the big one down there at 25. There's only, how much time left till the end of the day? 2.5 hours. So, that's actually a lot of time in terms of day trading land that we live in as far as seeing this continue down more. So
where do you think you see this thing going? I mean, I know where I've seen. Before I tell everybody else, where do you think it's going to probably end up going?
All right. So a couple of things just, to add on top of what you said, because like everyone was saying like, oh, Kitty's up like, $1 billion. He's a billionaire now. That was like in the after hours when it was going up to like 67 or wherever it went to last night in the after hours. If he has option calls, you can't sell in the after hours or pre-market. There's none of that. It's just, you got to do the regular session. So what happened today? Well, it was tanking pretty much, right? So even if he closed some of his options out, he made a lot of money. He's just not like the billionaire like we were all kind of hyping him up to be. But what you're asking long term, like where do I see this, or where do I see this?
Yeah, I mean, listen, there's a lot of people right now. Listen, like and some of the people here probably don't know this being in the room, but like our biggest thing that we always focus on, we don't try to make money. We try not to lose it. Okay. It's the losers that put you out of business. Everyone sit there and, we've seen all the meme stocks, whatever, but now what happens is that the reason why trading is a 90% failure rate is you have to, it's money management. So there are people right now looking at it. Should I sell it? Should I listen to him? I mean, listen, he has a huge following, and when everyone's buying, it's one thing. And it's, listen, they're there every day. Now the question is, where do you get out? I mean, do they take the loss now? Did they take whatever they got left? They could squeeze out. Josh, what do you think?
So I think that there's a lot of people, and I'm just trying to like play around my chart here a little bit with this. Like, I feel like there's a lot of people still very bullish on GameStop just because of this. And I feel like we're going to see another wave back up, even if it doesn't break a higher high. So there's like a swing trade opportunity. If you're looking to do it for a day or two, it's not far-fetched. Just make sure that you know where your levels are, just like we've been doing this whole time, especially on level 3, level 4. The charts could definitely take you to a certain extent, but it only gets you so far. So that's where the order books out there are your best friends. So, that's where we do this every day in our trading room. The more that you happen to do it, it'll be easier for you to identify where that next level is. That's all kind of general for me to say. Like 25 is that support level that we're looking at now. So if we can get a strong bounce into the end of the week here, maybe we see higher lows going into next. That's all.
Yeah, honestly, I think this right around around these prices between 25 and 27 is probably a decent hold. I wouldn't sell it now. I mean, you're already down this low, but I saw a couple of buyers coming in right here. You can see this order right there. You can see that big block order. Let me just zoom out and show you what we got going on right here. That 25 is very, very important. Okay, very important. You could see here in the last couple of days, you could see here that back from the 4th, there was a lot of supports over there. My phone's blowing up. People are texting me, what the hell is going on?
So basically, really quick, it's just to say that like I see now, I'm looking at the not long-term chart, but back from the end of 22 even. So it was dragging down. There was a nice bearish Fausto flag. It had support right around 24, maybe a little bit above 24, and it broke below it. But maybe that could build this support again over time. The more it drops, at least. So obviously, before 24, there's 25. Before 25, there's even that 28. It's trying to move back up now. There's plenty of time left before the end of the day. We just got to make sure that we follow the big orders out there. Now, Fausto, really quick, there's a question from one of us on YouTube right now. I'm just going to toss this to you from Mr. T. Are you the actual Mr. T? But how could I, or why could I see below 27.77 on Book Viewer on level 3 there? So,
why can you or can't you?
He says, why can? So maybe he means why can't
Why can I see below? Well, first of all, I have it aggregated. By the way, did you watch my video on how to set it up and set up the layouts on the NASDAQ exchange? Because what happens to buy this, sometimes the defaults are all wrong. I guess Rich, I don't know if Rich is in there, but Rich could post up the link right there. Actually, how to get that video. Or you know what? If anybody here wants, here's my personal email address. I'll send it to you. FaustoP@ctucorp.com. Just there's my email address. Feel free to kind of send to me. Hey, by the way, I know we're talking about GameStop, but let's talk about something even also, which is even bigger news, probably what we're going into now. Let's talk really quick about NVIDIA. How about that? Okay. Yeah, let me tap on NVIDIA because I think a lot of people here don't know what's going on as much as we're seeing how buy on rumors, sell on news. I just want to hop on the NVIDIA trend right here. So NVIDIA is going to come out with earnings. Okay. Earnings. I'm sorry. They're doing their split at the end of the day. So they're doing a 10-for-1 split. And I'll bring up the level 4 on that one. By the way, if anybody wants me to look at any other stock, because what you see what's happening with GameStop and NVIDIA happens on every other stock. I'm going to bring up NVIDIA, NVDA, and I'm going to bring something even cool and great. Wait till I show you Apple. Okay, the Apple, I posted a video on that one too, which was unbelievable. So I'm just bringing up NVIDIA really quick. And I just got to get the data. It's got to load up a little bit.
Well, really quick, one thing I'm just going to show probably like afterwards, or you can obviously, but Mara is dropping off. That thing's tanking right now. I don't even think Bitcoin's dropping off that much, but the miners are dropping steady. So it's just another good example of like, you can't catch a falling knife. It's tough to do it. Play the 30-second rule. Broke below 20 and now it's already at 1960. Yeah,
it's probably, we could check level 4 and see where the orders are going to support it. Because remember, everyone, the thing that we try to do when we trade with our traders, we always want to know where the buyers are, where the support levels are, and pick up from there. And for all of you, we're going to probably go on for about another 10, 15 minutes, but we're going to come back live again at 2:30 in our trading room. But I got NVIDIA coming up. I got to get some more data on this one. I got to go back a little bit further in history. I need 6 hours of data. Let me show you Apple really quick because this is really, really cool. So Apple Just want to show you how powerful level 4 is, okay? So if you look at this order right here, does everyone see what happened right around 200 back in July? It got close to 200, came back down to 170, hit 200 back in December, came back down to 165. Now it's getting close to 200 again. You have any idea what is causing that stock having that problem getting past that 200? Okay. Because I know how people love Apple and whatever, Apple, right? Okay, let me show you something really cool here. Okay, something you can't get at home or have any person like Mr. Kitty tell you that. There is a 1.17 million share, was that 1,170,000 shares. So what is that? About almost close to over $200 million are going to be sold. That per trade has been out there forever. He's been there for months and weeks. And if I zoom out here and I go a little bit further and I go further, this is where program trading kicked in. Just want to show that so everybody could see that. See how the ladder effect kicked in? You got a seller of 170,000 at 179, another 200,000 at 198, another 200,000 at 199, and you got the 1 million at 200. Look at down the bottom. Where do you see any buyers out? No buyers. Where do you see all the sellers? Why those sellers are out there is because of that one. So once again, not only you could apply this on a GameStop, whatever, but they do it on every single stock. Every single stock. It's about following the big orders, and that's where people make their big mistakes. Let me see if I got the NVIDIA trade up here also. NVIDIA is going to be a little bit different. Apple was pretty easy to kind of see. All right, so here, let me bring up NVIDIA. So you can see NVIDIA, you got a big buyer here at 11,080, and you got that another 42,000 at 1250. So, I mean, what is that? That's a pretty big difference in price, right?
Yeah, well, definitely a big difference in size, and both, it's like kind of sandwiched in between both of them right now evenly. So,
right.
What would be interesting, especially heading into the end of the week, options expirations, hey, it's a matter of the stock moving that affects the premium price, right? For like puts and calls at least. But like, it would be great to see that order at 1180 ladder up going into the end of the afternoon. Or maybe something new popping up, like you said, like a 4-layer cake, 5-layer cake, get something big building up on the buy side. It'd be pretty interesting to see.
Yeah, you're not getting too much on NASDAQ because NASDAQ only can go back down so far. Okay. You are seeing an imbalance of about 1.4 million shares on the bid. Well, it just changed right now, but you could see how the bottom, it's a little bit different. It's a little harder on NASDAQ because NASDAQ only makes about 50% of the volume of a total stock. The other 50% comes from like New York Stock Exchange, EDX, all that other stuff right there. But yeah, so there's your sandwich right there. Yep, big orders out there. Let's go hop over to GameStop. I'm going to get off the mic right now because we're going to get back into our trading room. By the way, if you guys want to come and join us and come into our professional trading room, been around for 30 years, just take your phone. You got that little QR code in the top left-hand corner. Just scan your phone, subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up. We're live every morning at 9 a.m. We're going to give you we have a watch list that we work through. We show you how to find which ones are tradable and non-tradable. Being a day trader, you could still swing trade everything else. Another stock, Eli Lilly's doing really well too, by the way. I think that I own that stock too. I think it's going to 100, that weight loss drug, and that it's just been doing great, all of them. But I know everyone's like really kind of sweating this out with this GameStop, what to do here. I think that's why everyone's here. Any final thoughts that you want to share?
The key is you got to be responsible with your money. Just because the stock is going up or people are talking about it doesn't guarantee it's going to move up right away or at all in general. So that's where you just saw what happened. Like this thing dropped from 38 down to 26. Now it's going up a little bit. It's a matter of following the smart money at the end of the day.
Following smart money. It's all it is. If everyone's out there trying to learn some indicators or trying to cut some shortcuts with these options, you got to remember what makes an option move is the movement of the stock. Okay. So by you going out there and chasing, finding get some shortcuts, listen, you could be one step ahead of everybody just by understanding what's happening overall with the stock. But we're going to be on it. Listen, it's starting to move up a little bit. GameStop. I said I had a lot of support at that 28. And you know what? If someone keeps coming in, it'll be great. But what was that? Or 200 million shares already traded so far. Okay.
Yeah, so, just a little bit.
Yeah. Remember that was the big support levels right around that 28. Like I said, let me see one last look at the level 4, what we got going on. So yeah, we're getting a couple of big buyers out here.
And real quick, for any of us on social media right now, just on the lower left, join us inside our live trading room, please. We invite you to, but otherwise make sure to hit the follow or subscribe button right there on the lower left. That's our YouTube handle right there at Cyber Trading U. So that's on the main page of YouTube right there, that big red button, subscribe. But otherwise, we go live each and every day in the morning. We do a live workshop every Tuesday. Fausto's on every Thursday. So there's a lot of events that we have spread across the week there.
Yep. All right, everybody. So enjoy your weekend. And we'll hopefully see you in the trading room. Other than that, we'll see you live every morning at 9 a.m. All right. Thanks for listening. And good luck with the trade. Just remember, you can't go broke taking profits. Just keep in mind, you got to learn how to lose before you can win. And that's what trading's all about. Just the whole idea is trying to do this for the rest of your life. And, you want to be one trade away. But listen, there are plenty of GameStops out there every day. Thanks for listening, everybody.